Hello and welcome to this edition of Group Talk. Today you'll be learning about email productivity from our host Ravin Kaur, the Director of Marketing from Synaptress. Here is Ravin.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of the Productivity Series in September. And today we're going to talk about email. And it's very interesting that we're talking about email today because if you ask the question, what is the most ubiquitous business application in the enterprise, the answer most often is email. And this is because as the world of communication or enterprise communication has evolved, the primary media for communication for each employee in the enterprise, both to the internal world and to their external worlds, is email, right? Irrespective of whether they are having conversations via email or receiving important information or disseminating information, a lot of us spend a lot of time with email. And what's interesting is that we don't realize that. We have a lot of reports from technology majors that have done surveys in this area, both generally in terms of enterprise productivity and specifically in terms of enterprise productivity with respect to email. I'm sharing here one such report by the Radhikati Group, and this report says that most of us spend 25% or more of our day with email. And if you compare this with other things that we do, for example, meetings or speaking on the phone, it kind of is significantly more time. And again, if you compare the amount of time that we spend with email with maybe other applications of the enterprise, maybe I am an ERP user, or if I'm a salesperson, then I am a CRM user, and so on, it still is a significantly more time. And what's also interesting is that this volume of time is expected to go up simply because the volume of email messages are also going to go up. And this study, which was done in 2009, estimated that by 2013, the number of email messages we receive is going to double. Now, this is a very unique business opportunity. So if you are part of the messaging team in your enterprise or part of IT management or make decisions with respect to what kind of technology your users should be using or is beneficial for them, then this presents an extremely unique business opportunity. Or if you are a line of business manager or even a user of email that spends a significant amount of time, this still presents a very significant opportunity. Now, what is interesting is that because we spend so much of time with email, even very small improvements in the way we spend that time, very small ways that we can find to optimize the way we spend time with email can have a significant impact on our overall day and the overall day of all the employees in the enterprise. Now, here's a quick example. So if you consider an enterprise, a mid-sized enterprise with 1,000 email users, and this enterprise is able to achieve a 2% savings in the time that their users spend with email, they will save over $1 million annually in the amount of the time that the employees are paid for. So the interesting question is this: so how do you get users to spend less time with email while at the same time getting more done with it? Now, before I move to the answer, I'd like to do a quick poll just to get an understanding of the kind of volume of email messages that all of us here on this webinar today receive. So Dawn will run the poll in a minute. You should see it on your GoToWebinar screens. And the question is, how many email messages do you receive every day? And the options are less than 20, 21 to 50, 51 to 100, and over 100 emails. So if you can pick the option that you think is most suitable, we'll quickly have the results and we can move on.
Okay, Ravina, everyone has voted, and it looks like we are split 50-50 between less than 20 and 21 to 50.
Okay, good. That's interesting. Okay, so what do we spend time on, right? So we, in the process of studying how users use email, how users spend time with email, what are the different things that they do, focused on different kinds of people in different functions across the enterprise, both knowledge workers, non-knowledge workers, management, entry-level execs, and so on. And we ask them a lot of questions about what they do, right? How do they spend time with email? Of course, what came up as the number one thing that they do with their email is read emails that come to them and respond to them, right? So apart from that, here are the results. These are the top 3 time guzzlers in order. The first is the time that people spend searching for email, finding email messages, right? Depending on the situation that they are in. Sometimes it's easy to find email messages, sometimes difficult, more difficult. Sometimes
Ravina, are you still there? I think we may have lost you.
in a day that we want to locate email messages that say need attention, right? So let's say I'm away from my desk for a couple of hours, I'm back, and I have a bunch of new emails. I perform the activity of trying to pick the most important email messages out of the 10 or 20 email messages that I've received, right? Or it could be when I am doing a particular task or an activity. Say I'm prepping for a meeting, right? And I know that there are 3 or 4 messages that I need to review or attachments that I need to open up and review before I get to that meeting. Now, this is again an example of prioritization. So from a whole bunch of emails that you have in your inbox or in your folders, you are looking to pick up messages that are related to a particular task and look at them at that time. The third big time guzzler was organization. And again, these are activities associated with moving emails to folders, and most of us have folders just to make life easier, and most of us have quotas because the enterprise has limited storage on the server, and we have email quotas, be that 100 megabytes or 250 megabytes or more. We constantly have to archive older emails in order to keep under that quota and keep our mailbox full. Now, I'd like to do a quick poll too, and this poll relates to how much time we spend with email. So here is the question, and the poll should come up in a minute. And the options are less than 30 minutes, 31 to 60 minutes, 61 to 120 minutes, and over 120 minutes.
Okay, it looks like everyone has voted, and again, we're split 50-50, 50% saying 61 to 120, and 50% saying over 120.
Okay. Yes, that's kind of in line with what I expected to hear. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight into FewClix, and these are the 3 problems that we solve with FewClix. The problem of search, the problem of prioritization, and the problem of organization. And what FewClix does is helps users perform all of these 3 activities in ways that are very different from the way they do it today, hence resulting in savings of time. And we have a very, very conservative estimate here that FewClix Unity possibly helps users save at least 15 minutes every day. Now I'm going to switch to my Lotus Notes screen, and you're going to be looking at this mailbox. This is the mailbox of Jack Burns, and he is part of this company called Pinnacle Electronics that distributes technology products like laptops and mobile phones and camcorders and so on, right? And being a part of the marketing team, of course, Jack receives a lot of email. He constantly interacts with his team, with his customers, with other parts of the organization, with the sales organization, etc., via email. And we've constructed this mailbox so that it simulates a real-time environment. So, for example, this mailbox has about 12,000 emails in it. And in the inbox, we have about 1,500 emails. Hopefully, this kind of simulates a broad section of users. Now, like also most email users, Jack has a bunch of folders, and for his older emails, he has a bunch of archives, and Jack archives them by quarter so that he can get to the email message that he's looking for in case he needs to go to an older date. Right. Now, I'm going to be spending about 5 minutes maybe on each of these areas of search prioritization and organization, and I'm going to be using everyday examples that we encounter and showing you how FewClix can help you save time. Now you can see right on top of my inbox I have FewClix Unity. It's integrated right inside my inbox so that I don't have to open up another tab, I don't have to open up another screen, right, and it's sitting right here. And you can see that I have a bunch of fields, the fields that you see in my email list here. So I have sender, I have subject, content, date, attachment name, attachment content, size, the ability to pick emails with or without attachments, and to filter by priority. Okay. Now let's assume that, so I'm going to be playing the role of Jack, so let's assume that I receive a same-time message or a phone call from one of my teammates. Let's assume that it's Maya Fisher. And she says that, hey Jack, I sent you this email with a spreadsheet attachment a few weeks back, and I'd like you to quickly review and respond because I need to send it out today. So what I do typically, what all of us would do, I guess, is to sort the sender column by Maya and then scroll down, locate emails with the paperclip icon here, and then say, okay, this might be it, and open that. No, that's a document. That's not it. And then scroll down and continue to scroll down till I locate more of my email messages with the paperclip icon, and then open and close them based on what they are, until I finally locate that message. Right? And in this process, depending on how many email messages I have from Maya, how many of them have attachments, how many of them have, say, spreadsheet attachments, this could take anywhere from a couple of minutes to 10-15 minutes. Right? Now, here is what I'm going to do in FewClix. I'm going to go to my sender column here and simply type in Maya. Hit my enter key, and as you can see, if you look at the top left-hand corner of my inbox, it says 241 messages. Right? So I have 241 messages from Maya. Then I go to my attachment name column here and type in XLS or spreadsheet, and there you go. Right? In less than 5 seconds, I've isolated the 3 email messages in my entire inbox from Maya that have spreadsheet attachments. Now, all I need to do is open them up, and in this case, yep, I did, and that's it, I got it. Right? Now, let me give you another example. Now, let's say, now this is a little more complicated. Now, let's say that as part of the marketing team, we use other software products, and I have a problem with, let's assume, my web analytics software, and I'm looking for support information. So support number, support email, whatever. And I know that we recently renewed the support contract, so I'm looking for that support contract so that I can, find the support email ID or phone number that I need to contact. So what I'm going to do is, and let's even assume that I don't even remember what that software is called, right? So I'm going to go to my